Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clock Masters. Today I'm going to Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clock Masters. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Ahsoka episodes 1 and episodes 2.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
The first 2 episodes of Ahsoka really exceeded my expectations. The action scenes were really great, the direction was amazing, and the show successfully lived up to the expectations set up by Star Wars Rebels. And with Dave Filoni being behind this project, there was a lot of love and effort put into the creation of Ahsoka. And overall, this is an amazing addition into the Star Wars universe. So that being said, guys, this review is going to be pretty straightforward. I just want to talk about the things that I liked about in the first 2 episodes, and you guys are going to be seeing this later today. But Dave Filoni really stepped up and put a ton of work, as I just said in the beginning, into these first 2 episodes. I mean, and I just want to say this in the beginning, I really highly encourage you guys to go and watch Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars. Now, if you don't have enough time for that and you want to watch as much as you can in a short amount of time, Disney Plus set up like a little thing on their site that you guys can watch all the essential Ahsoka episodes, including Tales of the Jedi, some of the other recent things that we got from that to lead up to this. Now, can you watch Ahsoka without having to watch all of those things? Yes, they did set it up in a way, especially from the first 2 episodes, they did set it up in a way that you can watch the show without having to watch the previous things. But I just honestly feel like you will benefit more if you do take some time to see some of the things that came before and understand the little nuances. I mean, why not, right? Like, I mean, it's, if you love Ahsoka and you love, or you're interested in her and you're interested in Star Wars, I mean, there's a ton of characters that are going to be thrown at you, a lot of storylines, especially a storyline that is continuing from Star Wars Rebels. I mean, this is technically a live action season 5 for Star Wars Rebels. Now, I do think that you guys should take the time to invest yourself in these characters, because it's gonna hit you more, it's gonna mean a lot more to you, and you're gonna enjoy it a lot more. But that being said, as I've been saying, guys, they already start with an amazing bang. Like, the beginning of the first episode just starts really wild, and they do a great job at setting Ahsoka up as being this very prominent and very skillful character. And from what I've seen, you know, just obviously being a Star Wars Rebels fan, seeing her in live action in The Mandalorian for the first time in The Jedi was just amazing. It still is one of my favorite episodes from The Mandalorian, and seeing her in that leading up to where we are now, I mean, Rosario Dawson truly embodies Ahsoka, and I really just love her character so much. So just seeing her grow from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and coming into this new era for herself and continuing a storyline that we've been waiting for years, it means so much. And it was really awesome just to see her step in. I mean, just when, even in the trailers, you see her just take off her hood, and that look of just confidence and growth that Ahsoka has is just amazing. And I think the first 2 episodes, and also another thing I want to point out too, is that the original composer from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels came back as well to do this. So most of, if you do watch those 2 shows, it's gonna feel very familiar. It feels like I'm watching a Clone Wars spin-off, like I'm watching a Star Wars Rebels sequel. Seeing my favorite characters, Sabine and Hera, and then obviously Chopper, and everyone else is gonna show up in this. I mean, it's gonna be a wild ride. And we watched the first 2 episodes and filmed the reactions to those already, and it was just like, we wanted to see more. And it was like, man, like, I haven't felt, so besides The Mandalorian, all the other stuff that came out from Star Wars is just kind of like, okay. We didn't even finish The Bad Batch, and obviously Andor was doing really good as being like one of the more like grounded series within Star Wars recently. But just seeing this, just seeing how much love that Dave put into Ahsoka, like, that's his baby. He handcrafted this character with George Lucas all the way back in the Clone Wars movie that came out before the series was out. So we were seeing so much love and attention put into this character, and the first 2 episodes really sets up for a great season. The storyline that they're setting up for the rest of the season is going to be amazing. They're introducing some new concepts to expand the overall world and the lore within Star Wars, and bring back some also some familiar types of people that we have seen in the recent, you know, medias from the games and also from the Clone Wars series, which is why I highly suggest that you do spend the time to watch those. Even if you watch it after Ahsoka, I still think you should invest your time in watching the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Great stuff. off. So I can't really think of anything negative right now. I do have a little bit of bias within this because, again, you know, Ahsoka fan, you can look like pretty much everywhere in this room and you'll see a lot of Ahsoka stuff. So it's hard to not be a tiny bit biased when it comes to Ahsoka. But I just wanted to really wrap this up by saying, like, the first 2 episodes were extremely amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to see these episodes later today and also for the rest of the season as well. They're really setting up a lot with these characters, and especially, again, like Sabine, and expanding that storyline between her and Ahsoka, and also seeing our familiar faces. So it's gonna be great, man. It's starting out really, really awesome. And also these new, you know, force wielders that we saw in the trailer as well. There's a lot that's going on with them as well. That's going to be really cool to see how that storyline unfolds. So that's it for this quick review for Ahsoka, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say about this. It's just the first 2 episodes. I wanted to share my thoughts on everything concerning that, and I hope you guys will enjoy the episodes. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below on your feelings about Ahsoka, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster